Hello everyone, and welcome back to Maytech. Today we will be looking at disassembling and changing the scales out on the Spyderco Paramilitary 2. This is actually one of the easier knives to work on, so it shouldn't give you too much of a headache. Now, in case you're wondering what all these fancy wood scales I have laying out here are about, these are all scales that I manufacture, and if you want to find out more about them, I'll have a link in the description below. To start the disassembly of your Para 2, unfold your knife and lay it down with the pocket clip facing up. To disassemble the knife, you'll need a number 6, a number 9, and a number 10 Torx bit. I would suggest that you use good quality bits here so that you don't strip your screw heads. Begin by taking your number 6 Torx bit and remove the 3 screws holding on the pocket clip. Next, take your number 9 Torx bit and remove the 2 body screws. Now you can take your number 10 Torx bit and remove the pivot pin screw. Once your screws have been removed, the scale should just pop off with the embedded metal liner. Now the metal liner can be very tightly embedded into the scale. When this happens, I like to use one of these plastic pry tools to get it out. The benefit of using the plastic pry tool is it won't damage the scale or the liner like a metal pry tool will. If you're not changing out your scales, you could just leave the metal liner in the scale as is. If you are changing out your scales, take your metal liner and insert it into your new scale, like so. Place your scale liner combination back on your knife and line up all the holes. You can now reinsert the pivot pin screw and the 2 body screws. Take your knife and flip it over to the other side. And we're now going to remove the 2 body screws on this side. Next, remove the pivot pin screw. Once the pivot pin screw has been removed, this scale and liner should pop right off. When you're removing the scales and liners, just make sure this copper washer stays in place. Removing the liner from the scale on this side is actually much easier than it was on the side before. Simply use the blade lock release lever to wiggle it out. You of course only need to separate the 2 if you are replacing your scales. You can now take your new scale and embed the liner into it. Once you get that assembled, take the scale and liner and line them up with the screw holes on your knife. Reinsert the pivot pin and snug it down. Install both body pins and tighten them down. The final step is to flip your knife over and to reinstall the pocket clip. And there you go. You've now disassembled and reassembled your Spyderco Paramilitary 2. I hope you guys have enjoyed this video. If you have any questions, please make sure to leave them in the comments. If you want to find out more about the wood scales I used in this video, please make sure to check the link in the description box. If you haven't subscribed to the channel yet, please make sure to do so and hit that notification bell. And we will see you all again next time. Bye-bye.